When you can turn the most casual website visitor or reader into a customer, you know your website copy is doing something right. So how do we make sure that those casual website visitors, customers are actually swept off their feet with your sales copy? Well, I'm spilling a secret in this video because if your website copy, if your brand messaging doesn't include this one key ingredient, is DOA, baby, you can almost guarantee the potential sales will be out the door before you even know it. Now, I'm not gonna keep you on the edge of your seat for too long here. I'm just gonna go ahead and let the cat out of the bag because I want you to understand how to incorporate this little piece of data and information all the way throughout your sales copy. And in this video, I'm gonna pull a landing page screenshot from one of the new landing pages on our new website because I wanna show you the overlap of exactly how much of the messaging includes this thing. Okay, get to it, Ashlyn. What is it? The big secret is your copy has to be chock full of things that your customers or your clients are actually saying. Not what you think they're saying. I see that a lot, but what they actually said to you. That's it. Because if your website doesn't have multiple, what I call them, get out of my head moments, then we're missing out. I know this sounds super simple and you may have even heard this said before, but it merits being said again, or at least studying and looking at a little in depth on how you can do a better job going out there and getting it. So in this video, let's break down how to get this key piece of messaging and positioning right. Tap that thumbs up if you are ready to see this breakdown on our new website, exactly how much is stuff that was said by clients and customers versus how much came out of my own head. And while you're tapping in the subscribe button, because you know how to tell the algorithm that you want more of this, if we haven't met, my name is Ashlyn Carter. I'm a conversion copywriter and brand and launch strategist for creative entrepreneurs like you. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. My step number one tip for you is to always be filing. It's like that sales saying, always be closing. I want you to always be filing information. In a recent video, I mentioned my copy banking strategy. It's a template we have inside the copy bar. I am obsessed with categorizing and pulling different messages that I hear with the same level of obsession probably that I was consumed by when I made collages in like the 90s and the 2000s. But what I want to show you here is a data spreadsheet that we've started using inside my business. We're actually putting this inside the new Copywriting for Creatives curriculum because it was so very helpful, and we've dubbed it the Research Rainbow. This is what I'm using to file pain points, sticky messages, desires, everything. So I'm filing this information great. Now, always got my ear to the ground figuring out how I can get it. And when it comes to collecting this stuff, yes, absolutely surveys. You probably knew that. But one tip that was major helpful for me as we revamped the website, I reread every single client and even customer application from 2019 it was through 2020, end of 2020 when I pulled my data. I started writing the copy at the beginning of 2021. So I pulled that time frame and I read all of these. And when I had little snippets in these messages that I knew would fit into the Research Rainbow, I would copy and paste them into that. Like I said, you have to get obsessed with doing this. It does take some time. This is not only gonna help you with copywriting and marketing in your business, but with product development and research too. Or when I say product, your client services, the things that you provide to them, it's gonna help you better those as well. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I want you to stop using words, because I promise that if I can tell, your client or your customer can tell. Stop using the words and the phrases that you think that they're saying, and I want you to use the words and the phrases they actually are. My Copywriting for Creative students know I call this your client and customer voice hacking, the process of gathering all of this. There is enough nuance of a difference in what you think they're saying and what they're actually saying that it will make a difference in your copy. By and large, and I know I've said this in some videos, the best copy is never in your head. It is in their heads, but it's your job to go out there and get it from them. Tip number two for you, I want you to fold this into your above the fold copy. This may get some tomatoes thrown at me, but this is why I'm not really that big of a fan of the whole headline on a website that says, hi, I'm blank and I do blank for blank. Come on, we can do better than that. And I know you're up for the challenge. I've also talked about heat maps, talked about that in last week's video, but a point I made in that video is worth saying again. 100% of your website visitors are landing on this above the fold piece of your website. And like Ogilvy said, if we're not spending the time on that, then that's 80–90% of the dollar that we spent wasted, because the percentage of people that read this and decide to keep reading or not is sky high. So my tip here, I want you to spend the most of your time writing the headlines for your website. In the Copy Bar Shop, I do have a headline template that you can use. It's gonna help you craft 35 at least first draft headlines you can use for your offers and the services that you provide. At the end of the day, the concepts I'm bringing up, the fact that you need to go out there and get what people are saying, and the fact that you need to fold them into these frameworks that are tried and true and work. It's easy to say, it is hard as anything to execute. This is the point of the video that I want to flip the camera around, and I want to show you an example of all the website copy on one landing page of the website, and I want to highlight for you exactly how much of it is voice of customer data or is attributed to client and customer voice hacking. So stuff that didn't come out of my head, but stuff that I gleaned and insights that I garnered from listening and putting my ear to the ground. I'm extra especially hand talky today. It's because I love this. The first piece I want to show you, this is a client that we worked on for their web copy and brand messaging. And you see this phrase right here, "Hi, I'm Shana and I make money make sense." That is something that came up in voice of customer data and all the client and customer voice hacking that we did. She probably won't mind me saying this. Shana did not like that at first, and I understand that, because I will tell you, by and large, there's a lot of times that a piece of copy that a customer or prospect has said over and over. I'll show you an example on my website in a minute. I don't love it, but if that's how they describe it, I have to dive myself a little bit and use that phrase in conjunction with what I want to say. So that was such an example that I wanted to point out there. And this is, I remember exactly the person who it was during interviews that said this. Oop, not this, I meant right here. Her business's financial success sometimes hung in the balance of the one business class her husband took in college and what he could remember from that. That was so good. So we had to use that in copy. So those are some examples I wanted to show you here. And then let's look over at, so this is my website. This is the services landing page. The voice of customer data install I wanted to show you right here is this. I know exactly who said this. I remember when she said it to me. She said, you know, we're in doing all the interviews, why did you choose us to work with? Like, what was it? What did you need? All that kind of stuff we can talk about. It's a whole nother thing. But she said, you know what? I really wish I could just show up and say, you know what? This thing I made is awesome and you should buy it. I wish I could just do that. And she said, but Ashlyn, that is just not how selling works. And it was 2020 when she said it, in 2020. So good. That's so good. So this, I have heard this time and time again. To be honest, it does not resonate that much with me, but it comes up incessantly in customer surveys and everything that we do. Like, what do you need? I need copy that really reflects what I offer, the true value of what I offer. So I'm just going to say it right back to people. And then the last piece I wanted to show you is the team that put elevated conversion copy on the map for the creative industry. When we were asking people, why did you trust us? Why did you choose to go with us, purchase from us? You know, one thing that we heard from somebody is you guys, you're the OG, you put it on the map. Like, those are phrases, again, I'm going to say back out. So I hope that you can see just some overlays here. I could, this line was so good. This was direct voice of customer data and data mining. I remember exactly who it was. She said, Ashlyn, you have helped me sound like myself, but you know, my cool, relaxed, like post-hot yoga self. That's so good. So I give these examples to you because, like I said earlier, the best copy is not in your head. It is in their head, and it's your job to go out there and get it, because I never in 100 years, I wouldn't have had the guts to say that about me. I wouldn't have the creativeness to say this. Go out there and get it. It's gold. Okay, tip number 3. I want you to work down the page with a framework that works and continue to fold in this client and customer voice hacking into the copy. We talked about the importance of always be filing, and we talked about how to insert your client and customer voice hacking into your above the fold copy. Love this classic marketing quote. People will do anything for those who encourage their dreams, justify their failures, ally their fears, confirm their suspicions, and help them throw rocks at their enemies. A copywriting formula or framework, that's gonna help you have some sort of paint by number approach to the hierarchy of the messaging that you're including. And that's gonna help you and just support your message all that much more in 4 different ways. Through formatting, which I've just talked about, but secondly, through readability. It's so much easier to read copy when it's formatted like this. Number 3, in the ability to keep the audience's attention and have them read from the next line to the next line to the next line. Talked about that a little bit in the heat mapping video. And finally, by helping you tell a compelling story. I have done videos before where I've talked not just through storytelling, but about frameworks and why you should be using them on your website. I have the ART-IST framework for your about page. I've got my PARIS sales copy framework. Love a good framework. All right, if you are truly ready to double down on a message that converts, do not miss your spot on the Copywriting for Creatives waitlist. This is my baby. I love this program so very much. Get yourself a spot on that early bird waitlist and you will know when seats open. All right, now you know all about how to pull your client and customer voice hacking data. So be sure to watch the next video. I've hinted at it a couple of times, but I did a deep dive in why you need heat maps, what they are, and exactly how you can install them on your website. I've got that teed up for you to watch next. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.